This episode is brought to you by Whoop. Whoop is a 24/7 health and fitness wearable that tracks your daily activity and gives detailed breakdowns of your sleep, recovery, stress, and more to help provide you with personalized insights and feedback on your health. With 140 trackable daily habits, Whoop can help show the positives and negatives of your lifestyle. Try Whoop for 1 month free and start the journey towards a healthier you. Head to join.whoop.com/mayhem to get started. When it comes to training flooring, durability is the most important factor. With Regapol's established 65-year history, the decision for our studio flooring was simple. Made from recycled tires, Regapol floors are indestructible, durable, and easy to install, and has less smell than other rubber flooring products on the market. To purchase, go to roguefitness.com and search Regupol. That's spelled Regupol. Get strong, grow durable, and unlock your potential on Regapol rubber flooring. What could happen if you committed 1 year to better nutrition? The RP Diet app provides a virtual nutrition coach and a year of nutrition guidance for less than $8 a month. Take the guesswork out of your nutrition. Head over to rpstrength.com and use the code Froning for a year of the RP Diet app for only $89.99. Recover faster, breathe easier, and increase your endurance with Airwave's scientifically proven performance mouthpiece. If high-intensity or interval-style training is your sport, try their patented endurance mouthpiece. I opted for the Mayhem 2-pack with one of each. For podcast listeners only, save 15% of your purchase at airwave.com/Froning. That's airwave.com/Froning.
27 now.
Nice. Yes.
Here, check it.
Rolling.
All right. What's up,
We're
guys?
rolling.
Welcome. We are in the athlete facility here at CrossFit Mayhem. Of course, you know who this is, but we are joined by the competition director of the CrossFit Games, Mr. Adrian Bosman's in the house. Boz, why are you here?
Well, we just did a Instagram live release of the quarterfinal workouts. They just kicked off, and competition is open. So that's why I'm here.
Wait,
Where am I looking? Am I there?
Oh, yeah. That's how we should
Thanks,
introduce you. Actually, this is a collab, actually.
Collab.
We're doing a collaboration with Man Outstanding in his field. Outstanding in his field. That's Boz's new YouTube channel
boy.
where you can watch all of his woodworking exploits.
Shameless plug.
How
Shameless plug.
many subscribers?
I got 27.
What?
Let's see what we can bump it up to.
27.
Number 50 is going to get a t-shirt from me. All right. So you guys go subscribe to Boz's channel.
Oh, man.
How about this?
It's a little uncomfortable.
I'm going to make you real
Personal
uncomfortable
life
now.
all over the internet.
Can we lead off with this? The workouts went out just slightly before you did your Instagram live, but you're telling me this is by design. Like, so for all those who are like, you released your workouts early. What's the deal with that?
Oh, yeah. I can see myself now. Okay, what? That camera?
It doesn't matter. Just
Doesn't
talk to
matter.
me.
You
You know,
do,
it's
yeah.
just
Talk
a
to
bunch
you.
of dudes hanging.
Yeah, so for the open, it's a big secret. You know, when things get released early, it's a big deal. Everybody's not happy about that. For the quarterfinals, we plan 15 minutes before competition opens because sometimes the website takes a while to cache. And so we want to make sure that right when competition opens
Cache.
at noon on West Coast time, that people have access and they can be ready to rock. So we load them 15 minutes early, and sometimes they cache a little early and sometimes they don't.
Okay, cool.
So that was all planned. Yes.
Let's say we got what's up from Argentina. A couple of
Argentina.
a bunch of people tuning in. So stoked to see that. Mr. Froning, your initial reaction to the workouts as a whole.
I like them. We just did a little kind of overview, quick tips and tricks. That'll come out later. Yeah, I think they're simple enough, but can be devastating enough if you want to push. And yeah, I think they're, for 4 workouts, I think it is hard to program 4 good workouts that, is an overall test. I think they accomplished that. And then being accessible to the 25%, like not that we need everybody to be able to do them, but everybody can at least dip their toe in and give them a try. I like that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the number that I know Josh told us yesterday? How many people just from Mayhem alone are signed
There
up?
were 51
Oh, wow.
at one point.
80 something
81
qualified.
but
Wow.
51. I think we're probably waiting till that website cached a little bit.
That's right.
and
Yeah,
then,
they want to see them cards.
Yeah, they want to
first.
see what you
Yeah,
got first.
Fair
so.
enough.
Okay,
That's a lot, though. That's a party. 50s.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah.
Of
For
athletes.
him, that's a headache.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it. But it's part of it. It's fun.
Well, it's a nice segue because, part of what we wanted out of the quarterfinal workouts is that, yes, you could do them in class if
Yeah.
you wanted to,
Yeah.
So hopefully the equipment isn't too out of control for people and the space and all that. That if you do have a group of 50, hey, man, you can run that in a couple of classes.
I think
knock
the
'em out.
only space dependent one really is the handstand.
Yeah,
Total,
that one's a little
'cause that-
tricky.
with we've got a good setup here, obviously, with it.
Yeah, and the ropes can be hard
yeah.
sometimes.
So, I think.
But you'll give some generous timelines this year as well, because I think last year there was like people couldn't fit them in quite as well. But these ones go 1 and
Wednesday
2
to Monday, right?
Yeah, right. So 1 and 2 delivered by Saturday at 5 p.m. and then the rest by Monday at 5 p.m. So I think that's obviously some thought went into that.
Yeah, generous. We want people to be able to play the game. We want people to be able to do them without feeling like they have to take a sick day at work or whatever. Not everybody's got the luxury of being able to just hit in whenever they can. So yeah, just giving options is really what it's all about.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, I like number 3, but
You like number 3. Yeah, you do.
Gymnastic
Ninja.
Man, I got that skinny guy
ninja
stuff,
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
I like number 3 too.
3 and 4 are like the love-hate. I love 3, I hate 4.
Yeah.
So
Wait, you love 3 except 4? Be honest.
I hate kipping handstand push-ups only because my neck. My
Yeah.
neck. Every time I do kipping handstand push-ups, it just because I don't do them, and I'm pretty.
You're brittle and old now.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Rich,
brittle old. The old discs are pretty close together.
I say this is also old.
Yeah.
Never fit in the first place kind of guy. So yeah.
I honestly, I'll do that workout and just do strict the whole way and probably be just as fast as if I were to kip it, And my kip isn't inefficient.
That is your choice.
But it's just, dealer's choice. So I actually really like that workout. I like gymnastics and the skill piece of it. Those are probably my favorite 2, or 3 and 4, which are complete opposites, but I like both of them.
I'll give you a little insight into 3 is that initially we had the muscle ups in the middle.
Ooh.
But then I was like, man, it's going to, again, when we think about the breadth of people in the quarterfinals, start talking about some of the 50 to 54-year-old athletes that are, in that 25%, but maybe at the bottom of the 25%. Like, man, that could be a real stopping point. So ended up putting the muscle ups at the very end and increasing the number. So I'm curious what you think about like a 20 rep finisher.
I think it's good
on the muscle up.
I exactly what you're saying. The people that obviously are struggling at muscle up still get to play and have a good workout. But the top level athletes, I think, will shine in that 20 reps. Like if you are proficient in your muscle ups, you're proficient in all your gymnastics, the 20 reps won't trip you up as much as if they were in the middle.
Who's going unbroken at the end of all that?
Not I.
You think somebody does?
No.
If they were bar, maybe. I think bar is enticing enough that, hey, I think I could hang on
There's
for that.
There's got to be some freak
I
show
bet there will be. Yeah, there'll be a couple, honestly.
It's a challenge. Somebody get it done.
Drop some names in the comments.
We do have somebody in-house that has done 30 unbroken for time, and he loves to talk about it. He's not necessarily in this house. He's in the firehouse down the road right here. But Angelo,
is that his jam?
He's pretty good at muscle ups, but he did 30 unbroken one time, and he does not shut up about it. So,
but I say still, he was still one of the ones who got caught up in the team quarterfinals, and his muscle ups turned to mush.
Yeah, but he also did big sets. He did like a set of 11, I think 11, and then some 8s in there. So,
well, shout out Angelo, who can't be here. Why don't you speak for the everyman really quick, because you're a quarterfinal athlete this year, bro. You're a quarterfinal athlete.
Yeah, no, I got the shirt. It actually came in the mail yesterday, so I was like, oh, perfect timing. I can wear it during the announcement. But yeah, man, it's fun. I snuck in this year. I know Dave snuck in this year. There's the Beat Dave campaign going on out there, so you guys should all go try to beat Dave. You should be trying to beat Dave anyway. But
so we'll ask Rich about these athletes next. But how will you split the workouts up, or how would you?
I am probably gonna do one tomorrow with my buddy Austin. And then I'm going to try to tackle 3 and 4 in a single session on Friday. 4 is not going to take that much out of me because I'm not that strong. Like, let's face it, I'm probably not going to get any reps at 245. So it's going to be kind of like, not
Grace.
that taxing.
You're doing great.
Exactly,
Heavy
Grace. So 3 and 4 on Friday. And then I'll probably try to knock out 2 on Saturday and be done.
Okay.
So I think that's how I'm going to do them.
Okay. And I heard, Roman was the most recent, but people coming up and asking you for a little bit of advice. So how do you think these guys are split?
Yeah, we kind of, everybody in our camp's a little bit different, but what we kind of blanketed was get 4 out of the way when you're the freshest. It is the heaviest. It's going to tap the nervous system the most. We do have 2 or 3 guys and girls that might actually do them at 3 first. Handstand push-ups are one that a couple of them struggle with. So they want to get that out of the way, but we have kind of like a 4-1-2-3 or a 4-2-1-3. Just kind of 2 and 1, I feel like are interchangeable. 2 for the higher level athletes will affect 3. I feel like wall balls and burpee box jump overs, just the shoulder.
It's a lot of sneaky pressing.
Pressing. Wall
by the end of it.
balls light my shoulders up
Yep.
more as of recent. But so yeah, I think, at first looking at that workout, you're like, I'd do 50 unbroken. And then
That's
you think about
exactly what I thought.
and you're like, ooh, maybe that, those middle set and that third set are going to get tough after those burpee box jump overs. So.
And are they?
It says lateral burpee box jump over. Somebody's asking about the wording on that.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a conscious decision. And really, it comes down to, man, it's a lot of reps. It's going to be a grinder, long workout anyway. The lateral is going to allow people to go a lot faster for a lot longer. Like the box facing has a natural kind of slower cadence to it. We're like, man, it's going to be drawn out enough.
Yep.
Let's just let the floodgates open a little bit.
I think it's good. I think, the box is already, it's weighted heavy towards the burpee box jump. Not unnecessarily, I think that just it is. And I think the lateral, honestly, we don't do a ton of lateral, so it is a good little twist there. We do, lateral burpees over a bar sometimes to increase intensity a little bit, but
so if I'm not lateral to the box, am I?
No, there's no penalty, and that's generally the tack that we take. Is like, okay, if it states lateral, but you want to do something that is harder than that,
go for it.
Means, you're not gaining an advantage, so go for it. In the same way, like earlier, we were talking about the handstand push-up workout. And Rich is like, I don't like doing kipping. Well, you could do them straight. Nobody's going to stop you. You don't gain anything from that, so go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah. Interesting. So just one more little note on these athletes' question. Are you trying to get them? They got to get back to training, right? Because some of them, it's a foregone conclusion for us. They're going to go to semis. Will they redo these workouts? Are they trying to get done by like Saturday, or are they going to take their time with them and try and spread them out?
We've got a pretty wide range of athletes here where some, I don't want to say are locked in going to semifinals and some are cusp. I think you're not going to, and this is something that I've learned over the years. And when I was younger, I thought, if I don't do 2 or 3 workouts a day, my fitness is going to suffer.
Yeah.
You're going to be all right.
No FOMO.
You're going to be all right. Yeah. So I think, really, thinking about these workouts, being purposeful about doing one a day is going to be okay, and hitting them with intensity, because that's something you can't replicate in training ever, is intensity. And when you're competing against, a couple thousand people, as much as people want to say, quarterfinals or the open doesn't really matter, you push harder than you normally would in any training session. So I think there is some value in putting some emphasis on the workouts. Some people might, try to get it done by Sunday so they can be back to training on Monday, and that's 100% fine. There might be some people that are redoing workouts just because they need to, or they saw an error or whatever. But everybody's a little bit different. You don't want to give them kind of a blanket. This is what we're doing here at Mayhem. So
right.
Yeah.
And I guess go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I totally get that criticism at the top from people that are, known regionals and semifinals and games competitors that, the open doesn't really matter. Sure. Fair enough. Just such a wide berth. But in my mind, I feel like quarters is way worse in the sense that there's fewer spots and the scores are blind.
Yeah.
Right. Like you don't know what somebody down the street's doing until that leaderboard is locked. So you don't have the opportunity to kind of game it and say, all right, I know what Rich is doing. I got a gun for something a little bit better. It's like, no, you completely blind. And we're talking 40 spots, right? Like, it's not that.
Yeah. And I think we kind of talked about this, is that, yes. So now those nerves that used to be placed on those athletes during the open, it seems like right now they're starting to get a little bit more heady, right?
Yeah. And I like it a little bit better than it being those nerves. There are still nerves on the open. You still want to, nobody wants to look at yourself in 1,000th place on the leaderboard if you're at the games, I like this a little bit better, where the open we can celebrate. There still is a test of fitness. There still is, but you can be a part of the community. Like I did Friday Night Lights, which I haven't done Friday Night Lights in 8 years, So, and that was a cool, like being out there doing that. So I have like this kind of shift of like the open matters, but it doesn't get you to the CrossFit games. It's too hard to do that. And so quarterfinals, it's a step, and then we got another step, semifinals in a couple weeks.
I got a question. So if we go back to workout 4, how much time you think people are going to be working with at that last bar?
I think you're going to top times 5-ish minutes, 4.5, 5 minutes, I would say.
To just grind away.
Me and Dre and myself did a workout the other day. It was, he's doing a local competition at his gym, and it was partner split. I want to say it was 20 at 135 split, so 10 and 10. 16 at 185, 12 at 205, and max reps at 225 in 12 minutes, and we got 34 reps at 225 split. It was 17 each, but it was nasty. So it's a very similar stimulus to this. Have we done the clean and jerk version of this, or only the snatch version?
Just
of this?
the snatch.
Okay.
Yeah, the snatch version was from a couple years back. Very similar format for the online semis for some events that got canceled that year because we were still coming out of COVID.
Yep.
And then I think there was a year that it was repeated in the last chance.
Last
qualifier.
chance. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Tyler, I think we all watched Tyler. Was that when you?
That's right.
That's when you went through the fence.
Yeah.
Was that after that?
Boom. That was the day. Yeah, that was funny actually, because Tyler like walked into a time machine, went to his workout, and like in his memory, he walked in to do the workout and he walked out and like everybody was gone.
Yeah, everybody was gone
at the hospital.
Yep.
I still need to get your bike fixed. So.
It is what it is. It's not like
came
I
up the other day.
Chance to ride it.
It's
anyway.
like, hey, by the way, that bike's still broken.
It's fine.
For those that don't know, we'll put that footage somewhere. I'm interested to hear this. There's always been confusion, and even I don't know. Castro was fired by CrossFit before he came back, and programming fell on your shoulders. How does it work now?
Oh, it's collaborative. So we go back and forth a lot. You know, like he's had a lot of input on all things for the season so far. I've been more heavy in certain stages, and he's been more heavy in others. But at the end of the day, man, it's been a really good ballast. And you know, Dave and I have worked together since 2006, and I would say that our collaboration is better now than it probably ever has been. So it's been really cool because I'll have an idea, I'll pitch it to him. He'll, you know, Dave's pretty good about giving honest feedback, you know. So, if he loves it, great. You know, we'll talk about it or make it better. If he hates it, he's pretty upfront about it. And then same, like I don't mind telling Dave exactly the same. Like he'll pitch a workout. I'm like, dude, no, this is not great for this stage or whatever. Or I think it could be better by doing X, Y, and Z, and we'll hammer it out. And it's been really good. Yeah. So open. I'd probably pretty close to 50-50. I had a little bit more hand in the quarterfinals. But he had, you know, some heavy input, and here we are. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun, to be honest.
I mean, and because early days it was, right? Like you were kind of on the Jedi Council, and so it sounds like it's kind of back to that in a different format.
That's good.
So someone on here, I want to hear your feedback. I disagree with this. It says clean and jerk needs to finish heavier. I say no. What do you?
We went back and forth on that. I think it could, like the first pass of that one had 275 as the
from
top
225.
Yeah.
Shit.
But that's the thing, right? Is like that's a big jump. It's a lot of reps already. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, at that weight, you're cutting a huge portion of the people that
if you're strong, you'll move 245 fine. There's no need.
Exactly.
You don't have to make things. Yeah.
Right. It doesn't need to stop people in their tracks to be a good test.
Exactly.
Right? And
the stronger athletes will still excel in that workout.
And that's the other thing too. I think we were talking about this earlier where it's like, hey, it's got to be a filter to the next step. This is not trying to be the most robust test that's possible. It can't be. It's an online qualifier. That's what it is. And then I think you're right on the money where it's like, hey, look, in training, you're going to try to touch all these different aspects, and the expression of that isn't always going to be exactly what you trained. And that's not the game we're playing. That's not CrossFit.
Nope.
And so, the stronger athlete that has a, 375-pound clean and jerk, of course they're going to crush this one. They should, right? They should. They don't have to display their 375-pound clean and jerk to let you know that. You know what I mean? They'll have an opportunity for that at some other point later on, but for right now.
Agreed. And I think you can talk that one to death, but I always wonder, like, what's going to satisfy that person? You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a max lift, which maybe you should repeat this because painted a good picture of like what a pain in the ass it is to try and put a max lift into an online competition. It's like from a judging standpoint, from a logistics standpoint, it's
hard, man. I mean, you start going down the road of, okay, you're filming every plate that you're using on the lift. Then there's always questions of calibration and like, okay, are the plates actually the same from gym to gym? We know that there's some variance in manufacturing. All of those types of questions come up. Super hard to verify on the back end with the judging. Again, camera angles make a huge difference as far as like, did you see all the change plates? Were they clearly labeled?
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many X factors with an online max lift competition that it's like, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze.
Right. And I still do think that this workout does it. I don't know, maybe. Okay. So let's get through this weekend before we answer it definitively, but from team quarterfinals, and I think they could have been even more simple tests, but the right people get through.
Yeah.
And I know it's an oversimplification of the conversation.
I would
It's
argue you left this at 225. The
Exactly.
best athlete would, or the stronger athletes would still rise to the
It's
top.
still rugged. I mean, like
It's
that's
still-
yeah, it's no joke.
Yeah. So we got an 85 versus 95 for the females. Is that a like
Oh, there might have been a typo in there. I'm not sure what they're referencing
I think they might be
specifically
talking about the snatch on the
on one.
on one.
I believe it's 85.
Okay.
I think it's
And usually it's
135,
95. I think that's what they're asking is like why go 85 versus 95?
There was
Because I would argue the opposite, that it should be heavier for the females because they're getting stronger.
yeah for the
Our
snatch.
girls around here.
For the snatch, two things: the snatch being a more technical movement and harder again at that upper bracket.
Yeah.
Like okay, take just a little bit off, and then number two again loading to just go straight from the women's bar or the 35 pound bar. Sorry. To be to be 35 plus the 25s on the side gets you right there. You don't have to worry about change plates for every athlete in the gym. So I mean, yeah,
There you go. Always
Simple
thinking about the affiliates. You know,
trying to
thinking about the people that got to do the workouts.
wait. Hold on. One was I saw a comment in there that Roe should challenge BOZ to the burpee box jump over wall ball right after the podcast. What
There
say
we
you,
go.
Rory?
Well, I say that what we tried to do is challenge multiple athletes, and we got no takers yet, but we want, I want to do
That's
wall
not
ball, and he
fair.
wants to do the box jump
Yeah,
overs.
of course.
But it's fun to watch because
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
would
yeah.
still smoke us,
Mm.
and that's always the pleasant part.
Yeah.
Nobody comes over to this side of the table for the fitness. You know what I mean? They come for the show. Would
Yeah.
be fun though.
Yep.
And I will hit some of these. All right, so I wanted to get Seth around. We got room for some guests here. Seth did a runner.
Seth, I think, is going pretty quickly. Yeah, I think Seth and Guy are about to go. So
All right, so we'll then play back his conversation. What was Seth
Seth
asking?
walked up and he wanted to touch and go 135 in the clean and jerks. And it's like, to use BOZ's analogies, the juice is not worth the squeeze there, especially if you've got plates that the bar settles. Touch and go, you're not going to make up
Yeah.
enough time as much as you're going to destroy yourself by doing touch and go.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So we'll see what he decides to do. I left him with my knowledge. We'll see if he'll
Chooses to use it.
chooses to use it. So I feel like it's a trap, you know?
We've all got choices to make in life, Rich.
Yep,
That's,
yep, we do. You know, you can only lead a duck to water or something. I
Yeah.
don't even remember what it is.
Wait, there's some other comments here.
I hate
Box
that
height.
you have a privacy screen. Those things is a pet peeve for me
Why?
because I want to be able to see. I want to share with you. You know,
Yeah,
not
I
like
got-
in
I
our own
got-
separate worlds, in our own separate
I
world.
got
you know?
top secret stuff, dude. Why the same box height for the step ups? That's a great question, and it was a deliberate choice. We
I love it.
yeah, people on our team, we go back and forth about this a lot, where it's like, hey, look, there's already a differential in weight for the men. Why
don't get two
also the height?
scales.
Yeah, there you go. So that was something we talked
pet
about a
peeve.
lot
Yeah.
internally, and we're like, you know what? You're right. It's already heavier. Why does it also need to be higher?
Then why the wall
So,
ball's
there we
9
go.
feet?
Well, good. Hey, didn't say we're all across the
I'm
board
just
yet.
kidding.
Little
but,
baby
you know,
steps.
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Baby stuff.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm all for the 20. The 24-inch box just puts my knee in such
It's
a
rough.
horrible spot. It is the only reason I hate it. But yeah, no, I love
And
that.
I'll say I did this one months ago in my garage as part of the feeling it. I won't say
Yeah.
testing because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
my score is
You gotta
not
feel
really
it out. You got to feel it out.
test score, and 20 inches wasn't helping.
Yeah.
It's still hard.
That
man.
wasn't the advantage you needed.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy's doubling down. So Louis Cacacho, he's saying, okay, you say strong people have the time to demonstrate their skills and talents in the next stages, but you've taken away 20 spots from semis and added around 6,000 to quarterfinals. But the fact still remains, even if there was only 10 spots to semifinals, like the best athletes are
You
advancing.
still get one strength test, and it's no.
Yeah.
It's not about.
You're not going to get the answer you want from this group, I don't think, Louis.
Well,
How would Prime Rich do in these workouts? I mean, they're CrossFit, so
I saw a different one that said which year Rich would do the best in these workouts.
honestly, now these are still pretty decent workouts for me. The one thing that I lay off of is the high percentage strength work. I just don't do a ton of that. I still move barbells, still do CrossFit in some form or fashion every day. I'll start shifting more towards Leadville style training, but even leading up to Leadville, when I was getting in miles and miles, I was still doing a CrossFit session a day. Just need my daily hit. So,
Okay.
I mean, the worst workout in here for me is probably, the fact that you got a 20-inch step up, I'm all right. Like we said, the burpee box jump overs, I mean, I can do every one of these without pain. If we threw some pistols in there, I'm out, you know? Like, that's pretty much my limiting factor is if we're going to throw some pistols in, I'm out.
Yeah, right on. Curious about that workout one, what you guys think, just not having seen it. I've done it, so I know what my answer is, but do you think there's a movement in there that is like clearly the rep
The
winner?
separator.
Or one where you're like, man, I could cash my chips in and get more reps there if I took a little heat off the others.
I know that's the game you got to play with that
Right.
workout, you know, because the row, somebody like Roman,
Well, and I'll tell you this much. I was trying to get it to the point where they're pretty much even.
right?
Where it's like, hey, man, you're going to get about the same reps on each
Yeah.
movement. That's what I was aiming for.
I mean, I think it'd be relative. What for what I can say is like on a row, I can get more out of a rower calorie wise than
Well, it's
you
one of
could
those.
most likely while I'm not killing
you
myself.
snatch up to the buzzer and you get in the rower a little bit later? Do you snatch, get off at 50 seconds of the snatch so you can get in the rower? Or are you getting off the row earlier so you get more box step up? I think this is one you have to play around with a little bit in your warm up to kind of test which movement, you know, is that movement. I think it's a good workout in the fact of all the movements take about the same amount of time. Whereas, you know, if you threw a double under in there, you know, you could just hop on a double under and crank out more double under.
Yeah.
So I think there's no clear cut winner. They're all about the same for me, which sucks, you know, like just means you got to hurt, right?
I'll throw a little controversy out there. Heated debate among our team. Originally this had a crossover element.
Ooh, Rich loves
there was-
those.
I don't love
loves
crossovers.
those.
That's just not my thing. You know, when you first announced those and I was just messing around, we didn't even have to do them for teams, but I was messing around with them. And then my daughter, who jump ropes every once in a while, just starts hopping around doing them. I was so angry.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yep.
yeah.
Well, they didn't make the final cut. So.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's a good, like I said, it's there's no clear cut movement that is faster, you know? So it is one of those that you're going to have to figure out what movement do you want to sell out on or are you going to have to sell out on the whole thing? So
Philip in here, one of our YouTube regulars, said that maybe we get a wild card for Rich, but unfortunately, I think it's turkey season. You still got one to go.
yeah, we got one to go.
This
Tomorrow morning.
wouldn't be the priority.
No. I'll do some of these workouts.
Yeah.
We'll see. You know, my sole goal in fitnessing right now is to look good with my shirt off, to sell programming, to still be able to like, you know, if the kids,
Wait. Is that a single goal or two goals? Was that
same goal.
same
And then
goal.
like to be fit enough that on a workout every once in a while, some of the athletes are like, oh, okay, he can still do it.
Still
And
got
then
it.
be able to do hard things. So like I've got, you know, those are my three things. So I might be able to like jump in on one of these, right?
That's my favorite Rich Froning quote ever.
Yeah,
Hey, you know,
that's a short right
There
there.
it is.
Yeah, Mayhem Athlete, look
Market.
like me. Look good with your shirt off.
there it is.
I love it, man. So you're leaving us today, right? You just kind of came here to do the thing. You can watch.
I mean, depends. If there's some action going down, I'll stick around for a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Judging tips and tricks these guys should be aware of. Any kind of any large holes that people could fall in or that they should be thinking about.
You know, nothing specific. I think it's the same old story. I'll back up and say that our team put a lot of time into trying to make the scorecards simpler and easier to digest, because I think they got to the point where there's so much information in them, they don't even look at them.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a shame. So this year they're a lot more visually easy to follow. Like even if you don't speak English, you can see big, you know, clear guideposts as to what to do and then big red X with what not to do. But the big thing is just sit down with your athlete ahead of time. It always surprises me how few people take the time to come over and say, hey, Rory, I'm going to be your judge. And we sit there and we talk it through and you show me a couple of reps before we start. It's just crazy that sometimes people get right down the pipe and before they know it, they're like halfway through the workout and the reps are no good. It's like, dude, you could have cleared that up with 10 seconds of conversation.
Yeah.
So I think it's just the basics. Meet with your athlete ahead of time. Athletes, don't be afraid to do some demo reps before the heat's on. Just basics.
Somebody asked, in what order would you program for an affiliate?
Ooh,
That's a pretty valid question. You know, the workouts just got announced, so you missed Wednesday. Today Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. So maybe
all day.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. A lot of places I know, including here, we don't really program for Saturday, so that might be an open gym style workout. Sunday is usually no classes, and then Monday. So that would be the most straightforward, effective way to do it, especially to get the submissions. To answer another question, somebody says they have to do 1 and 2 and have it submitted by Saturday, and then 3 and 4 to have it submitted by Monday. So yes, that's correct.
But within that, you could do them all today if you wanted to. Then you just have to make sure you submit them by the right times. So you don't have to do them in that order. You just have to have those scores in.
Submission for 3 and 4 are not open currently.
Correct. Yeah, it doesn't open until Saturday night.
Then there was another question.
Sort of a hard question to answer at Mayhem too, because
yeah.
we have facilities that are
open from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m.
and
basically.
larger than most. You know, more equipment availability.
I forgot. You can keep talking because I'll look back at one of these.
Well, I'm just trying to think about like what we're going to gift to your 50th subscriber. I'm really excited about this.
Oh, man, me too. I sent him a piece of wood.
I guess I can. We could fast forward maybe while Rich is looking that up and talk about semifinals. I know you kind of.
Oh yeah.
You wanted to promote that. And
talk
absolutely.
I mean,
are you guys programming all of those? Okay, all the workouts.
Oh, there. I'm so excited.
So excited.
There's going to be some good ones. Yeah, semis are going to be a blast, and you know, if you are anywhere close to those events, make sure you turn up and support. They are awesome. And, you know, games tickets are sold out. So if you want to see your regional heroes, go see them at the semifinals, because you might not get another chance to see them in person. And it's something to watch.
Will you be at Knoxville?
I will.
Okay. So there, I can put you on the spot with this one. You know that he's going to do a community event as well. And there's a male team portion of that.
I'll be working, Rory. I'm working.
I should have asked you first if you're going to team. If you're going to, so like you're going to French Throwdown. You know, French Throwdown has a community event as well.
Yeah.
Well, Wilson Pack is doing that in Knoxville.
And it's a two men.
Well, like it's like Friday is male, Saturday is female, and Sunday is male. I think.
Oh, okay.
So they're just splitting them up or whatever. But
wait, if it's one day?
Yeah, it's one day. And you get a free ticket. You get a free ticket if you do it.
I think I might be good on that front.
Yeah.
So.
What have they announced the workouts yet?
I don't know. We should.
No, I don't want to know, dude. I don't. If
I'm
doing it, I don't want to know.
Go blind.
I don't want to have to think about that for another month.
Maybe I'll make Chase do them.
Oh, he's so fun. Let's really piss people off, and we'll do the scaled versions. Yeah, it's submitted to scaled. But no, it sounds actually really fun. So I'm pretty stoked about.
I'm not a no.
You're not a no.
If it's one day, I'm not a no.
You heard it here.
If it's all 3 days, that's too much. But,
if we're and in fairness, like if your YouTube goes to like 100 subscribers overnight, like you owe me.
Okay.
You know, you start monetizing, just start making crazy
money.
So
it won't be row versus BOZ. It'll be row with
row
BOZ.
plus BOZ.
Row, I hate
row and BOZ.
I hate it.
Gotcha.
We got BOZ. Has the team thought about creating a percentage based for quarterfinals, like the top 25 percenters, top 20 percenters, 5-1, so people of various levels could show off what they've achieved?
Yeah, that's a cool suggestion. I think that as we get deeper into the T-shirt experiment, we'll probably have more options. This is the first year we've been able to offer them, so we're just glad that we could. So yeah, I think no guarantees, but would love to expand on stuff like that in the future.
Do you think maximizing reps in workout one is different for the top 10%? Yeah, 100%. I think the top 10 percenters are doing every one of these workouts with a different goal in mind, but yeah, especially on that one for sure.
That's a great question right there from Nathan Miller.
Yeah, it is. Would you rather successfully sell programming and look bad with your shirt off, or look good with your shirt off and sell no programming? Man, got to pay them bills, I guess, right?
I feel like, looking great opens up other opportunities, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Yeah, you can't really go wrong with that. Hector and Travis, the name of it is Outstanding in His Field. It's a clever, it's a clever play on words. It's a clever play on words.
Would these workouts
how about this? Sorry, this is a real question for number one, for like someone like me. Like, is it almost worth testing it? Like, go one round just balls to the wall, and then almost try and approach the actual workout when you do the 4-rounder as like a task priority. You're like, I'm always going to try and hit this amount of reps.
15.
And if I hit 15, I stop, maximize rest for the next one.
So you're trying to just basically
get your gauge of like what you're trying to hold on to. Because if you just send it, like, I'm just not good at self-modulation. You know what I mean? Like, the first round I may crush it and then just come in really hot afterwards.
I really, this is one you could play around with a couple different strategies. And I think if you're serious about it and wanting to make it to the next level, if you just want to do a good workout, then just go at it. But if you're one of these guys, you might actually do like a minute of each movement and see, you know, like a couple different variations. Or if you start with, say you're doing event 4 today, right? And you're going to want to do event 1 tomorrow or wherever, maybe this afternoon you start playing with a couple different strategies. On 135 is not going to beat you up.
Right.
Rowing's not going to beat you up in the step up. So you can kind of figure out, all right, let me do a minute of like sustained effort at each of these with complete rest, just to see what reps I can get and just come up with a better game plan that way. That's way high level. Like I said, overthinking it and really approaching it. That's, if I was to do this, that's what I would do. I would hit event 4 today, and then I would go and start messing around with the movements on event 1.
Love it.
That's just the way my brain works. Is like I want to know
where you're at,
so I'm not all night thinking about, oh, what if I do 15 here and 20 here and 15 here or 16 here, you know. So
Question for Ro.
Sir.
Off the cuff, current state, you making the time cap on 2?
Oh, 0 chance.
Oh, okay. Not in 0 chance.
Zero chance.
The burpee, okay, I'll say this. For where I'm at right now, just burpees are not favoring me at all. I feel really cocky about the wall ball. I chew them off in big sets, and I think I would just crawl on the burpees. But I'll do it, and I'll report back.
Okay.
Why don't you tell the people your time?
I don't. Hey, hold on. That was strictly for science. That was
Science? For science.
for science. For science, I did this in my garage.
Barely missed the time cap. Barely missed the time
I was
cap.
like 25
by
minutes.
5 minutes.
It was not good.
It's a nasty workout. It's just no fun in that, you know? Like, that just hurts. There's not a part of it you're like, oh, man, I would enjoy that part
I'll
of it.
tell you, round 1 felt great.
Yeah.
And then round 2, I was like, oh, that's not so
icky.
good. And then 3 was
I
wheels
did
fully off.
a couple, it's been about 2 months ago. I did 50 wall balls, 50 GHDs, 3 rounds. And
It's a lot of GHDs, dude.
not for me. We do a lot around here. And
That's a warm up.
the third set of wall balls got me. So I'm like, I don't know. You know, originally I was like, oh, I'm broken. And then after doing that, I don't know. That one lit me. Granted, it was like one of those, I walked in, had one workout in mind. Mid-workout, I was like, you know what? I was going to do like 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've done that scheme way too many times. So mid-workout, I was like, don't be soft, 50-50 for 3 rounds. And it was the proper dosage.
That conversation never happens that way in my head. This is a question. Actually, this would be interesting, and it'll lead into something for the games. I feel like we've just we've just turned a corner here in Tennessee, where like you almost got to strategize. I know this place has AC. It doesn't feel like
it's humid. It's
like
thick. It's nasty.
You strategize the workouts based on time of day.
Heck yeah.
I guess not if you're in this.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Luckily here it's not quite. I mean, it's thick. It's only probably 75 right now, but it's just, you know, nasty.
And this room
For
can
me,
get colder.
I sweat so much that I really like.
It's got to be morning or night.
I've got to have a fan.
Yeah.
And we've got to have, there's got to be some airflow or else it's no good, especially once you get to, you know, wall ball, burpee box, jump overs, no. Clean and jerk, really not that bad. But we're talking toes to bar and the rope. Once the rope gets just saturated in sweat, you ain't climbing that thing.
Good.
And so that's for you for the games. Lots of questions about the heat and lots of, you know, PFA's got.
Wait, does it get hot in Texas?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
It's actually funny. You know, Gus is doing stuff for football now, my son. And when he bitches about it, I'm like, bro, you know nothing. So I grew up in Texas and it's real hot. But it's heat considerations. You've seen this conversation?
I hate this conversation. Yeah. If it's 90 degrees and 90% humidity anywhere, it's still hot. Like we went to Texas to BCS, and yes, it was like 95 degrees, but it felt like just like home. So it's
I'm with you, man.
Hot and humid everywhere you go in the South, literally everywhere. But you talk to somebody in Louisiana, it's hotter here because of the humidity. Yeah. Then you talk to somebody in Florida, oh, you've never been to Florida, and you're just like, get over yourself.
And then also like
everywhere.
And then also like, where's the neutral ground? Like, where do people want this event to be held? Where it's like this is fair for everyone.
California was pretty nice.
Everybody got hot.
No, it did not. Everybody loved to say, "Oh, it's so hot." And I'm like, there's zero humidity here.
I agree, but
this place is paradise.
Objectively, like people had issue with it. You know what I mean? Like heat injury wise, you know. So it's still a thing. Sure. And we're gonna do what we can to play within those bounds. But it'll be a little different in the sense that like we've got one primary field of play, and that's in Dickey's Arena, right? So yeah, of course we're gonna have some things extra.
Yeah,
but that's going to be primary. So it'll be
You need to keep it like my hotel room, like 65 degrees or
That's
so.
right.
Yeah.
Just
I crank it down to 63.
Yeah. As low as
If it'll go down to 63, yep.
And I gotta ask one more question because Scott got on me after the Castro interview that I didn't ask this. I've heard the question before, and I'm curious to hear your answer. If in fact,
wait, are we doing good cop, bad cop here? Like you didn't ask Dave, so you can ask me. Is that what's
I
going
knew
on?
you'd be softer
Put
on
him
this.
on the seat.
Yeah. No, I just honestly I forgot. And Scott was like, "Oh, I wish you would have asked him this." If in fact the main field of play is inside Dickey's Arena, what is going to differentiate the games from a semifinal, or is this
it's
in
a great
fact a
question.
glorified semifinal?
Great question, Scott.
I mean, come on. Is that a serious question? Of course, the games is going to have a level of grandiosity and spectacle that just cannot be recreated in 7 different places across the world. Like that's the primary difference. Is at the games, we have one event and we can pull out all the stops and make it as unique as possible. Whereas at the semifinal stage, you got to replicate that, and that just cuts down your options right there. So yeah, it's going to be, I mean, it's the games, man. It's going to be a big show.
Yeah. And you don't think does it pull from anything? Does it tug at your heartstrings to have most things inside? It's different.
Yeah, it's different, but that arena is insane as far as the size of it, as far as the versatility of it, just even the design of how they have the load in set up. Like you can drive 4 tractor trailers side by side onto the competition floor if you wanted to, you know what I mean? So there are tons of options that offers, even though it's inside.
Yeah. Like tractor trailer pulling.
Exactly.
Tractor trailer pulling.
Hey, I do want to share this. This is pretty profound. This is pretty big. Crossfit says, Rich, if you Google it, you can find a button combo below what hotels allow. So like if your AC gets locked, there's a combo, like you can push buttons. That's
what?
Maybe the
Tell
most
me more. DM Crossfit DM.
That may be the most like the biggest news on this podcast, actually. Yes, I've been to Louisiana.
Button combo.
Yeah,
so
like you must be able to push
know the code,
multiple buttons and then go below. So,
let's go. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Oh,
that just
man.
changed.
Who
the Echo
complains
bike
about the
versus
Echo
assault
bike?
Yeah.
No. He's saying people complain that it makes them cold. I'm
I
like,
hate that.
What are you talking about? It's the best part about riding that thing is you actually get a little.
We have the shrouds on the assault bikes here, and I told Josh, I said, all right,
Throw those
people
in
are
the trash.
complaining like maybe from November till maybe March we can put them on, but after that, take them off.
100%.
It literally makes me feel like I'm claustrophobic if they're not on.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah,
We're saying like literally the air generated.
We used to have them on here where they have the fans that so it doesn't blow air on you. It's miserable.
Weird.
All right, we got anything else?
Say hi to Wales.
Hi, Wales.
Hey, Wales.
Mark
Mark Moss, that's
I'm
nice
Welsh.
of you to say that I'm a good dude. I appreciate it, Mark.
You're a good dude.
Mark's a
I
good dude.
I think we covered most of it, man.
Looking forward to it. Like I said, I think good tests. I'm looking forward to doing 3. That's the one I'm like, I mean, I've kind of done 4 in the last 2 weeks. I don't know if I'll actually do it. I don't know if I'll do 2. I'll do it eventually. That'll be like one day when I'm like, oh man, I need something not relatively quick, but like one session-ish, like I've got kids game or something like that, warm up pretty quick because there's not a ton of warm up you want to do for that. You hit it pretty hard and you're like, all right, that's a good workout,
I know at least two of the Dream Killers crew will be doing it. So I'll try and do some stupid strategy to at least give them some sort of a rabbit.
Yeah, I might do the snatch one with clean and jerk though, because my shoulder snatches bug my shoulder every once in a while.
What, Rory? I gave my order.
Yeah.
Rich gave his. What's yours?
In terms of like, what's my favorites?
No. Like if you got
I was
until
gonna
Monday
do
to
'em.
do them.
Yeah.
How are you gonna tackle them?
I would start with the handstand push-up, honestly. I would probably, I don't know if I would save the 2 for last. Event 4, I feel like, I'm just trying to think what would take it out of me physically to put the other ones in. So I go 3. I think I go 3, 4.
3's your favorite?
3 is my least favorite.
Least favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He's
But I
trying
need to
to
get
eat
out of the way,
what is it? Eat the tail of the elephant first? I don't know. I think I'm mixing
Yeah, no, I think
metaphors.
you get a good look at a T-bone by sticking your head up a butcher's ass, but
That's what I was going for. There we go.
And I would hit.
it's got to be your bull.
Maybe I do event 4 last. So I go 3, 1, 2, 4.
3, 1, 2, 4.
You said 4. Okay, 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, so
my
most people are starting
favorite
with
is
4.
like 3, I think.
Okay.
I'm going by my favorites would be 3,
Okay.
4, and then 2 and 1 are just toss-ups. They just yuck.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Yeah.
They're just hard. They're not bad. Just don't look fun to do, you know. Where
Yeah. 3 and 2, like I need as much momentum going into those as possible. So I'd probably do them as early in the.
Josh, yeah, let's go on a duck hunt. Message the Mayhem Hunt Instagram. Yes, you can. You don't have to. They don't have to be parallel. You can face the box.
Correct.
Somebody asked.
Yep.
Somebody wants you to do workout 2 live tomorrow, Scott. Yep. Brandon S. Why me?
Why not?
Yeah.
Dude, just say
That seems
yes.
like it'd be a good one for you.
Hey,
That's a
you
good
know
one
what?
for
Just
you.
say yes.
You get through that one.
He's shaking his head
Event
no.
1 would be good for you too. I'm not doing that.
I'll film it. You're welcome.
2K row. What was it? Just 2K row? You guys race? Who won? No.
Really?
I think dude, athletes are going to get to athleting. We're going to get to going. You got to get on the road. Thanks for coming, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, my pleasure.
again.
Thanks for having me. Hey, guys out there, still time to sign up. Check it out. Quarterfinals are going to be a blast. I think the workouts are fun. Sounds like these guys do too. Remember, first 2 scores need to be in by Saturday night, depending on where you are in the world. It's 5 p.m. Pacific time. And then the competition wraps on Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So 3 and 4 are due then. So get your scores in. We got a 0 tolerance policy if you're late. So that's on you. Get them in.
Where do you sign up?
Games.crossfit.com.
Semifinal tickets are on sale. And if you
Yes,
really
they
want to be
are.
prepared for all this stuff, you should really go to check out mayhemathletes.com. See how I plugged off your
I
plug?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Double plug.
All right. Peace.
Peace. This episode is brought to you by Whoop. Whoop is a 24/7 health and fitness wearable that tracks your daily activity and gives detailed breakdowns of your sleep, recovery, stress, and more to help provide you with personalized insights and feedback on your health. With 140 trackable daily habits, Whoop can help show the positives and negatives of your lifestyle. Try Whoop for 1 month free and start the journey towards a healthier you. Head to join.whoop.com/mayhem to get started.